Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another video today. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my personal tips and tricks on how to thrift and buy vintage clothing online and save so much money while you do it. With thrifting, vintage shopping, band tees, graphic tees, streetwear, all being more popular than they've ever been, the prices of these items are starting to skyrocket. And the typical thrift shop tee that you might have found a few years ago for $5 at the thrift store is now going for maybe 50, 60, 70 bucks at your common streetwear shops. But with fashion trends constantly changing and always wanting to keep up to style, sometimes you just have to figure out ways to be creative and figure out how to do things differently so that you can, still grab some of these really nice pieces, but not spend an enormous amount of money doing it. Before we get this video started though, I do want to ask that you guys subscribe to the channel. According to some of the analytics on YouTube, it shows that majority of you guys that are watching my channel aren't subscribed. So please subscribe to the channel so I can keep making videos like this and so that I can keep being motivated to continue to grow this channel. Okay, so for tip and trick number one, you want to know exactly what's in style. So personally, how I do this is I follow so many Instagram pages, but on top of that, I follow specifically some of the streetwear and vintage shops that are near to where I live. I sort of use these shops and these different Instagram pages as not only inspiration, but also as some sort of like a news outlet. I'm always up to date as to what's in style. I read some of the comments, I look at what people say, and that really just helps me understand some of the things that are in, some of the new things that are popping up on the scene, and some of the things that people are really looking for right now. Kind of gauging what are some of the vintage pieces that I might personally be interested in, because sometimes you want to buy things, but you just don't necessarily know what to buy. So now the second most important thing is to understand how to shop online and how to use lots. So now you ask, what are lots? I'm going to show you. So for instance, eBay, which I commonly use all the time. What you want to do when you get on here is that you want to type in something like vintage sports tee lot, right? And you see now you have all these options and you're wondering like, how do I pick? Like, how do I understand? So usually what I would do is I would do buy it now. And then I want to know like, what are some of the prices? And so now you start to scroll, you start to look, what's interesting, what seems like a good deal, for instance, like this, right? There's 6 t-shirts, XL, for $27.89. And now when you look at it, you're just probably like, man, I don't like all these tees. Well, now that gives you another opportunity, because if you like 4 out of these tees right here, you're spending 30 bucks, which for some places nowadays, you can't even get 1 t-shirt for $30. So now you're spending about 30 bucks on 6 tees. Now that opens up the opportunity for you to take these tees and to wear them, and then whatever you don't like, you have that opportunity to go and try to resell them. And even if you resell them for $15 a pop, you've already made your money back that you've spent on buying these t-shirts. And so now you want to just keep on looking, and then you can do things such as vintage music tee block. And then you just have such a variety of options. And even though sometimes you might see things of upwards of 100 bucks or even past that, just try to look at the value for what you're getting. How many t-shirts can you get for 100 bucks or even 150 bucks at your local streetwear shop? Probably what, 1, 2 at the most, sometimes not even. And so you really just want to kind of take advantage of this and understand lots, and understand that sometimes it's better to buy more than it is to buy less, because with what you don't use, you can always resell. And now this brings me on to tip number 3. When it comes to buying and thrifting anything online, you want to be as specific as possible. So I'm going to keep using eBay, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. If I just went on here and I typed in vintage tee, the options that I would get are probably not the options that you want. They're just a bunch of random options, some good ones, but majority of them are just people who screen printed something on here and you just don't necessarily want to wear it. But if I were to go and type in something like vintage college sweater, Now this would give me something that's a little bit more specific and a little bit more towards the things that you want to buy. Like this Michigan sweater right here for 30 bucks. You're not gonna find a sweater like this, or even a Tennessee sweater. You're not finding a Tennessee sweater for under 70 bucks if you go to your local streetwear shop. And so now you have this huge access to all the thrift and vintage clothing that you want. The thing that everyone has to understand, when you're buying vintage clothing, it's already been worn. So just wash it when you get it, and trust me, you'll be fine. Okay guys, and those were the 3 steps. Number 1, remember, know what you want to buy. Number 2, understand how to use lots and how to get the most bang for your buck. And number 3, if you're gonna buy individual pieces, be specific. And that's pretty much it. I tried to keep this video short, quick, and simple, and I just wish you the best of luck with your vintage shopping. With that being said, if you would like me to make any other types of videos like this, please let me know. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and to turn on that little bell so that you can be notified every time I make a new video. With that being said, until the next one, peace.